I don't know about you, Wario, but I love me some rhythm games. Hey, are you even listening to me? What are you doing? Don't come over there. Playing a game, I see. Oh, what is this? HarmoKnight? A rhythm game? By the creators of Pokemon? Are you kidding? Should've said something earlier. Let's go play this. Let's freaking play this game. Now you're reviewing with power. Modern games, retro games, what's the difference? I'm here to review games and make a complete fool out of myself in the process. Whether a gem or a turd, I'll show you these games inside and out. You ready? Laura's Nintendo Game Room. In the world of video game design, or anything in general, risk is usually a very uncomfortable thing to do. You can have the best idea in the world and you can have the skills and the mindset to get the job done, but in the end of the day, in order for the company to survive, it's gotta make money. So if you're a company like Game Freak and your games sell millions and millions of copies a year, I sure as hell wouldn't put that money on the line. But luckily, it seems a company realized this and found out a way to stretch out new IPs. And this was done through a little company restructuring. You see, a new rule was made that if a person has a game idea and can get another person at Game Freak to work on it with them, you're given 3 months to put it together. After that time's up, the project's reviewed by the higher-ups on whether it should be continued or not, and if approved then and a second time after another 3 months, it'll be made into a full-blown project for the company. And the first game to make it through this process was HarmoKnight, initially developed by James Turner. If you don't know who he is, he made Mandibuzz, Golurk, the ice cream one. Anyway, thanks to this guy, we have our first new IP from Game Freak in over 7 years, and a rhythm-based platformer at that. So without further ado, it's time to introduce to you HarmoKnight, or should I say, Turner's cadence into game design. It was a music joke. It was a music joke. So in this game, you take control of Tempo, the chosen hero in the musical land of Melodia. You see, the evil Noizoids have brainwashed everyone in the kingdom, and there's a rabbit with hair, a weird tentacle lady, an evil dude with loudspeakers for shoulders? Okay, that's weird. Now the gameplay is pretty simple at first. You're automatically running while you jump, and all you gotta do is dodge and attack obstacles to clear the stage, to the beat of the music. Like literally, in regular stages you only use 2 buttons. But very quickly you'll realize there's many layers to the game's depth. So let's talk about the game's various movements. Okay, I'll stop. So the first thing you'll notice about the levels are the notes. Everywhere. You can get these by just jumping around, but also from whacking enemies or hitting the random instruments in the level with your note staff. That's right, hitting with a note 4 notes. I can't even. That's like if I had $1 and I whacked my wallet with it, I'd make another $1. I wish it worked like that. So the points to get as many notes as possible, and depending on your score, a rating is assigned. Now this adds some replayability to the game because when you get a great score, you unlock a fast version of the song. The second layer of strategy is timing the notes just right. You see, when you press the attack button, Tempo's note staff hits a little bit in front of him, which means you'll have to time his hits a split second before they actually happen. Trust me, it's a lot harder than it sounds, mostly because there is no room for error. If you're off by a fraction of a second, you won't get the note from the enemy. And get used to this a lot. What I'm trying to say is it'll take you a couple hours before you get used to it. Unless you're like me, who used A to attack and B to jump like the game told me to. Man, do not do that. I had already beaten the game, and I didn't know why I still wasn't used to the controls. Until Jimmy told me to use Y to attack instead of B. You'll see what I mean if you play the game, but it makes you not have to twiddle your thumb around as much. So, you're welcome in advance. And last but not least are the levels with varied styles of play. There's minecart levels with extendable legs and symbols, boss battles with timed button presses, and of course, extra characters that will join you on your journey. Yeah, all of these feel a bit gimmicky and they don't have much depth to them, but they do require just enough mastery that playing the 3 to 4 levels given to each of them aren't that repetitive. And it keeps the gameplay pretty fresh. Alright, so now that you know the basics of this game, is it really worth the $15? It's pushing it. So let me get straight to the review and I'll show you what I mean. First up is fun. Now this game without a doubt is a blast to play. You may only be pressing 2 buttons most of the time, but that's what makes the design so great. You have to master your time presses and use them wisely in different scenarios. But unfortunately, the game has its share of noticeable flaws. First off, the story and characters are all kind of a drag. Cliché, boring, nothing interesting to say, and to top it off, you can't skip it. You know, when the only character I like is a talking female monkey, your dialogue has serious problems. Also, as I said before, the tutorial's controls of B and A make it nearly impossible to get used to. And that was only a button. It's crazy. And lastly, the boss battles really suffer from being too repetitive and too easy. Unlike tempo side-scrolling levels, there is a lot of leniency in hitting the bosses on time, which ironically makes them a lot easier. I literally beat all of them on the first try, including the final boss. Pretty disappointing stuff. But despite these minor gripes, I really had a good time playing this game. Check. Second up is looks. Now this game's graphics are fantastic. The 3D environments look great, the animations look like a legitimate cartoon, and I really enjoy the art style that they went for. I mean, it's a $15 game, and it already looks better than most stuff at retail. The only thing that puzzles me were the full 3D environments, like in the main menu in the beginning cutscene, which were never used again the rest of the game. I mean, it looks great, so why just leave it be? I kinda feel bad that all that work went for like 2 minutes in game. Still, check plus. Third up is sound, and you know, for a music game, I gotta say I'm pretty disappointed. Besides the 5 secret Pokemon levels, which are, oh yeah! It's pretty heartbreaking to see that half the game's actual soundtrack is so forgettable. I'm sorry, but the fact that there's over 50 levels and that I can't remember these tunes after repeating them over and over again is just unacceptable. Luckily, it's not bad to the point it's a deal breaker or anything, so it still gets a check for me. And fourth up is length. Unfortunately, this game's a bit on the short side. Beating it will take you about 4 hours or so, but due to the forgettable nature of most songs and the lack of leaderboard, street pass, and the hard mode just being the same song sped up, you'll probably not come back much. Let's just hope this game gets a sequel. There was a lot of untapped potential in this game, and if I know something about Game Freak, their sequels have a tendency to blow my mind. Check minus. In conclusion, HarmoKnight is one of the best things to come out of Game Freak in years! Well, not the actual game exactly. I mean, the game is good, but it opens the door to many more awesome and original titles to come. Game Freak's take on game design is really something to behold. Pulseman, Drill Dozer, Smart Ball. Okay, what is going on here? No matter what the game may be, you're guaranteed to get an experience that throws the usual genre conventions out the window and makes its own rules. HarmoKnight may be a short experience, but it'll be one that'll stick with me for years to come. It was a game so creative that it felt like I was learning an entirely new genre, and just, sucked me into the whole feel of it. So for that reason, I'm gonna give this game a check and a good. And I recommend it to any rhythm fans, Pokemon fans, or someone just looking for a good thing to play on the eShop. So, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go rebeat the game, because apparently in 2013, Game Freak thought it was a good idea to still have only one save file, and instead of being able to start a new game, you have to do it with deleting your old file. So, there goes 5 hours of my life. It's a great idea, guys. Great game design, great. It's pretty good. It's pretty satisfactory. I'm gonna kill you.
Can't figure out where this bullshit begins. Damn it, Megan, stick on the wall. This is your own shit.